We don't know the confessions of Mott. We don't know the principles of Mott. Right? We don't know none of the sciences that was coming to us back in the day that irons everything out and make it as crisp and clean as starched blue jeans. The culture don't lie though. It's gonna play out in the people. They're gonna tell the same story that was the ancient stories in the correct format using a modern method. We ain't never stopped singing. We ain't never stopped rapping. We ain't never stopped beatboxing. We ain't never stopped making beats off stuff that don't even supposed to be made beats on. Now you see us in Central Park, we got buckets, pots, garbage cans. We got pencils and cups. It's in us. We naturally have, you can't deny what's in you because it'll drive you stir crazy. The harder you fight being yourself, this tie back to the self-work, Dr. G. The harder you fight being yourself, the harder your life fights you back.
Yeah.
But sometimes embracing being who you are requires you to fight to become your next level. Because you need to require struggle in order to project you forward a little bit stronger. As soon as you stop taking things personally, then you can deal with yourself. A lot of times people be assuming somebody said something and they meant something that they never said or meant. But somebody thought they heard something, but it didn't what they heard. Now they delivering the story that ain't even what it was supposed to be. That then started some stuff that wasn't never supposed to happen. Between some people who had never supposed to cross paths, you tying up other people's lanes with your BS. So we got to reverse engineer all of the stories. Why are they telling us this? Why are they choosing to tell us these stories as history, religion, and spirituality and whatnot? Why are these stories selected? Because I'm pretty sure, based on how many people I see around me living their life experience, more stuff was happening than this one story. That same story might have been happening somewhere else to somebody else that it had nothing to do with the story you telling. So now you tying the holographic effect into something. It's trickery. Technology, Yakub, the underminer. The one who sat up under mama's table that didn't belong there. Trying to keep everybody that was rising up to the top from getting there. Using every nefarious method known to man. And we still here. Baby kids, we don't die, we multiply. Big mama told us don't stop till the fight over. We'll do 1,000 reincarnations and we won't even think about it. We eternal beings. We got lives to give because we got other lives to live. And that's why they say it's better. The one who finds himself after he dies, he lives in it. But the one who dies when he finds himself here, he lives eternal life on earth.
Well, I have some questions. When you finish that, I'm going to have some questions that I starred that I want to, if you don't mind, because a couple more. Here's one. I was asked to ask you about Toussaint's last name, the origin of Toussaint's last name, and for if you could speak on the Bayou Gula connection.
The Bayou
Gula.
Oh yeah, that's good. I'm not real versed in the Bayou Gula. I can't go into that. I'll be making it up.
And I appreciate that.
Is Toussaint last name? Anybody can look the name up and get that. That's like It's the person that carried the name that was more important than the name itself. It was the actions carried out by the person that made the name be the moniker to remember the person that did the work of the day. Those ancestors like Toussaint, like Duddy Bookman, that fought for the liberation of Haiti, right? They spirit transcends the name, but you use the name in order to remain, in order to have a timeline to look at. The work was more important. The name was just telling us what energy was moving around, was wearing at the time he was making his moves. Right? It's the same with Tuscaloosa. Badass dude. Right? But we still remember his energy. And we see his descendants walk the land. We recognize that energy. So it's more to the Haitian Revolution than I'm qualified to tell, because I had an overview of it. The reference I give people is the person who I listen to for my Haitian history is Baina Bello. She's a Haitian from Haiti with ties and roots to the land. And she came over here to teach us about exactly what he's asking or she's asking. That's her job. She do it for a living.
Okay.
And she give it away for free.
Okay. All right. Here's another. Why are they flying in gold from all over the world?
You want your money back? You want your wealth back? If somebody got to go get it. They've got to come back home. What Malcolm say? Everybody happy when the chickens come on the roof. Seizing and returning assets. That's what you're looking at. Seizing and returning assets.
That makes
Remember,
sense.
France came over here in the 70s and told America to run that gold. America told Millie Mouth Nixon, say, we are no longer under the standard of gold, but we can give you some of these fiat greenbacks.
IOUs.
We'll settle up at the end, buddy.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Here's another.
Now, it's no coincidence you got auditing going on, and then you have massive gold returns coming at the same time. The Federal Reserve notes is under the scrutiny of the audit because the Federal Reserve note, the fiat currency, you heard what the Supreme Court ruled, right? The fiat currency is not money.
Well, we know that. But there's a new
recent
Supreme Court ruling.
Yeah.
We're not talking about that Moore case, Moore versus United. That was because that one wasn't real. I understand.
The Moore case was
that seemed like it wasn't really filed, but it was like that was put out as if it was it had actually been
settled.
Settled, but it wasn't. It wasn't.
Yeah. Sometimes stuff settled. Listen, sometimes stuff is settled tribally, and it don't show up in the system.
Well, he wasn't.
It's a whole. I know. It's a whole nother system. But the reason why I said that is sometimes people put out information in the coded format.
Okay.
You gotta remember, they liquidating the corporation's asset. The Republic's responsibility is to have an accounting for all our stuff when they give it back. So they have to audit it. Remember when it was time to shut the corporations down, the Pope called all of the wealth of the Vatican. Now America, the Republic under Donald J is calling in all of their money. It's time to pay up. It's time to pay the piper. The bill always comes due. It's checkout time. Get my money to the house. I need to cash my chips. We win, they lose. They not like us, but they thought they was slicker than us. But they ain't know my uncle was Slick Willie, a modern day hillbilly. All their secrets get exposed by their activities. If we don't be narrow-minded and believe the hype, because a lot of things is dogmatic. Anything that tells you just to influence how you feel about other people that you don't even know, that's a control measure. But something that tells you, that inspires you to be the best in who you are, that's a liberation measure.
Mm.
And you can feel the difference in the energy, because it feels better to celebrate than to do the player hate. I'd rather buy you a cake than watch you fall in one. I feel better about being able to give you a cake than to watch you destroy your cake. Some people can't wait for you to destroy your cake because it ain't their cake. They just waiting, and if they can help you, they're gonna try to trip you so you can land face first in your cake. They don't want to see you win at no cost, not because you did something wrong, but because they think if you win, that mean they lose. That mean they ain't really on your team.
True.
My whole team is shooter. If one shoot, we all gonna shoot. So I gotta keep them all separated in different places. Can't none of them be two together at any given time unless something gets shot up. Because we don't play about each other. So to maintain the peace, you separate the pieces. Everybody know their position. All they got to do is be themselves, and they're going to be playing their part. Then when it's time to square up, ring that bell. It's meal time.
Couple more. What does or do the Jesuits have to do with all this?
The Jesuits is part of all of the secret societies infighting for dominance and supremacy and control over the information that control the spiritual development of the masses of the people. The Jesuits were actually rebels of Catholics in the Catholic Church, trying to overthrow the Catholic Church from the inside so that they can give everything back to Isis, the Great Mother. So that's why you got three different popes, because you got three different denominations or three different jurisdictions playing out.
Mm.
And the Pope is the highest imam on the land. And the Pope is the highest rabbi. How can that be? Because he's the highest Christian too. Then next they announced the death of the Pope. The death of the Pope means the death of the Catholic Church, because they already said he was the last Pope.
This one looks like he's on his last leg.
They just gave the report. He on his last leg.
Oh, as I said, it looked like what's some pictures I saw.
But really, that's just the cover story, because the Pope was an android. Pope Francis, they've been taking him apart, put him in the box and slide him under the bed at night. They only bring him out when they need him to be seen. Because the pedophile they used to that they use as that image, he been electrocuted.
Okay, we're gonna get off of him. Okay, all right. Here's it. Okay, so he says, what's up with the white people walking down the street with Germany flags, I guess German flags in Ohio?
That's controlled opposition. It's an antagonist method. They was put there by the police. It's not even a secret. Not only were they put there by the police pretended not to know why he was taking them there. And not only did they pick the spot, they picked the spot where the school would be, would make the parents most offensive. It's controlled opposition.
Wow. Okay. Here's one other. Okay. Can you ask Big Chief High Priest Rod Hayes will hit us with a class? Well, can't do class, not with this time. On mitochondria on how it affects the sons. I think he'll knock it out the park. We'll come back and do
I've
that.
done a couple of them already.
Oh, you have? Okay.
I done quite a few. I did some on Young Elder channel, and I got some on my Instagram and my Facebook.
Okay.
I got quite a few of them where I deal with that.
Okay, here's what are your thoughts on Barron, on the Baron, Trump's youngest son?
That's my boy. That's my boy. He's learning to do a couple of things. He's learning the code flip because he's really good at it. Because he told us to listen, but we ain't even here when he dropped the statement. It was coming. It was coming. Then he dropped a statement about the corruption of the corporation and draining of the deep state. But most of us missed it because when he told us to listen at the inauguration, we wasn't really paying attention. He's a good student. He's a student of he's an intelligence student, like military intelligence. He's getting really good. He's learning character development, how to carry yourself like you know, the most loved prince. Because if you carry yourself like the most loved prince, it's gonna make all the people love you. Just don't do no dirt and live your life, and they gonna treat you like you gold. It's the nature of the people. So he getting all the lessons. He's really good. I'll pin his award myself.
Well,
give him his Oscar.
Well, so I'm gonna. I know this is probably lengthy, but this she didn't put this in here 10 times. Don't do that, y'all. Y'all don't have to put the same thing in here over and over. Please don't do that. That only makes me irritated. I'm just saying it. I'm just gonna be honest. You know, somebody put the same question in over and over and I'm like, yeah, not answering my, and I might not, but I'm just gonna, let this be the last one. But so how do we get our land back with them on it?
How did they get it from you with you on it? With a stroke of a goddamn pen. And ta-da, it's fixed.
Yeah. Okay.
They told us they stole our land. I keep seeing the land when I look out the window. I don't know what they're talking about.
Somebody said this: charge them rent and lease them with arrears.
Treat them like they're on child support.
Right. Something like that. Right. But listen, thank you for, it's 2 hours in. I'm not gonna keep you. I would love to, but we'll save something for the next couple months and then come back on.
Oh yeah. I always have a bar when I come on with you, Dr. G. We click.
I know, and I just love having these conversations. I love it because I really don't have to say a lot, even though I do interject every now and then. But because you could, I just had to turn turn you on. And then once you get started, you on your own. So yeah, so all you 943 plus folks on here, I hope you press like. I didn't say anything, but I hope you did like. I hope you did share. I hope you did, will support us. Folks are asking about Grand Sheik. Grand Sheik is coming along. He is in the healing process. Thank you for asking. Thank you for supporting him. And thank you for your continued support of the house, A Reawakening Minds, of my guests that, come on here. I want him right back here beside me, but not before he's feeling better, doing well. So in the next, months or so, maybe a couple months, you will be seeing me with other guests to, fill up, make sure I'm here on Tuesdays and Fridays, at least try to do at least, one Friday a month, if not the two that we normally do. But he will be back, y'all. So for those of you who care, continue to send that love and light and energy to him, and we appreciate that. Appreciate it to the utmost. And again, Chief, it's like I said, it's always an honor. I'm honored because I can pick up the phone and call you. So, but I got, and my I have something that I'm going to send you, but a sister friend of mine who is an author, she sent me the PDF of her brand new book, and she said, Sister Laverne Thomas L. has a brand new book out, and she said, could you make sure that Chief gets a copy of this? And I'm going to
She haven't started printing hardcovers yet.
No, but it's called Big Mama Stargate, and she wants you to it's called Big Mama Stargate, and I'm going to send it to you, and
yeah, I want to check that out.
Yeah, because she said yeah. Well, it's the book Our Relationships Need. Actually, it says 101 questions you should ask yourself before becoming emotionally, sexually, or financially involved with another person. Workbook. It's called Big Mama Stargate, but from Big Mama's perspective. So we'll send it to you, get it over to you.
I would check that out.
Okay. Listen, y'all, thank you so much for being on here with us. And I'm doing better. I'm doing better when people, try to be disruptive and crazy in the chat. Yes, I do need a moderator or two. So I don't even know how that works. You know what I mean? But I